Petrol Gachot is past us, and again he's round! Welcome to Silverstone, where Mansellmania greets their hero who has just reclaimed the championship lead from Ayrton Senna last race, as we're about to start race 5 of our 1991 Formula 1 season in Automobilista 2. In the actual 1991 race at this venue, it was Nigel Mansell who won from pole in a dominant fashion, with Senna finishing a lap down as he ran out of fuel. This is the time where Williams was really gaining momentum, as earlier that year they may already have had the fastest car, but they struggled a lot with reliability. It was a dawning of what was to come for Williams, who briefly dominated in the early 90s, and it was the beginning of a proper title push for Mansell that was ultimately unsuccessful for now. Martini finished that race in 9th, a lap down. However, I do not dare aim for these heights, as so far we had only one race without a crash or spin. So for now, the goal has to be to complete a race without any of that nonsense. And looking at the starting grid, where Alain Prost surprisingly starts from pole today, there is all the more reason to set a low bar today, since Martini only qualified 23rd for this one. The lowest starting position to date in this series. Anyway, let's try to make the best out of it as we go racing at Silverstone. Well, here we are, down in 23rd. We cannot even see the front of the field as we are starting halfway through Woodcote, not even seeing the starting lights. But we're getting a good run through Cobbs, because they're all kind of choosing the inside line there, leaving a lot of space on the outside, which I take there as we're alongside Gugelmin, who stays ahead through the S's. Oh, and now there's another car, which is the Brabham of that is Mark Blondell. But on the long run on Hanger Street, we should have the advantage. We've seen it so far this season. The V12 engine in the back of our car, much more powerful than most of the power units on the grid. Especially those of the V6s, the Brabham Yamaha in this case. As we are now running through Vale and Club. This is now, well, nowadays is the start-finish straight. Back then it was still between Woodcote and Cobbs. Through Abbey we go, and oh my god, there was contact with the rear wheel of Gugelmin there. We're lucky that AMS2, or well, Gugelmin is lucky that AMS2 doesn't simulate punctures as realistic as it would could be, or is in real life. Well, of course it's realistic in real life, but that might have resulted in a puncture for Gugelmin. That way we both continue to race as the both Leighton houses are going for a move on that Ligier, and oh, they all half spin it. Oh, and ahead of us, between Gachot and JJ Lecter, there is also contact and half a spin for both of them. So chaos as we start lap 2 of the British Grand Prix. Oh my god, there is a McLaren facing the wrong way as well. That was Ayrton Senna. So all sorts of chaos in lap 2 here. And this is what happened to Senna. He had a poor first lap. He's down to 6th. Running behind the Lazy, and the Chesser is there, and oh, he's done it all on his own. He just loses the car through Maggots and Beckett, facing the wrong way now, and oh, he has to take a lot of care to rejoin now to not hit any oncoming traffic, and he drops down behind Eric Bernard and the LaRousse. That seems to be P22 for Ayrton Senna now. Oh, what a terrible first lap. Oh, and the chaos is still not over, as through Bridge, the Gachot almost loses his car. I leave the track in sympathy, as I got distracted there, and oh, I'm preparing to take evasive action should he fully spin, but he just caught that car, and he's still hunting down the Ligier of Thierry Boutsen, who is just ahead of him. We're up to 15th with all of that chaos. And again, he's going for a move, and that was never going to work. Again, half a spin after contact with the Ligier. Again, we take evasive action, have to leave the track there, and are up to 14th for the moment. But I am having a bit of a issue there in terms of power application. Well, I almost lose the car, so immediately I lose the position to Gachot again just half a lap later. So yeah, that is all the, well, I cannot say it's all the work undone, because I literally haven't done anything so far this race to move up the order. Still, I am 8 positions higher than where I started this race. So yeah, a very, very chaotic run. They're all very aggressive, if you want to put it positively. If you want to be blunt, you could just say they all forgot how to drive, apparently. By the way, with the replay that you were able to see there from Senna's spin, once again, big shout out to the Immersion Modding Group, who also had versions of no tobacco liveries for this skin pack, as they did run for some of the races in 1991. One of them is this one here, the British Grand Prix, as we are, after a poor run through the S's, once again gaining on Boutsen and Gachot, the two Belgian drivers ahead of us. And we're getting a good run out of Club, but it's very risky to try anything into Abbey. We were not close enough to go alongside. And then on the outside for Bridge Corner, 2 wheels on the grass. This is never going to work that way. As Gachot clearly can go faster than Boutsen, but there is just no way past that Ligier for him at the moment. Let's see, is he trying it again on the main straight into Copse? Again, this is a big risk. We are prepared for anything that might come our way. This time it is Boutsen and the Ligier almost losing the car. Again, contact between the two. Boutsen just catches the car and continues to race in P13. And yeah, there is an issue. I cannot get a good run through the S's, which is quite the shame, because this is the best overtaking opportunity on the track. Getting a good run on the hanger straight and then into Stowe. That could make our day a lot easier if I could get a good run through the S's. However, I am just not able to do that. Just way too slow through there. Not confident enough in the car. And again, it's very nervous on the throttle, which is also why I don't dare to put the power down as early. However, it is looking very good this time. We are alongside into Abbey, and we're even getting a good run on Boutsen. Now we're on the outside for Bridge. However, we at least stay... Oh, there is another car facing the wrong way, or at least off the road, as we kind of dive bomb Boutsen there without contact though. So it's all fine. And up to 12th we go. 3 positions gains in a matter of corners there. Oh. Whew. And yet another moment for someone. This is Aguri Suzuki in the other LaRousse. It's crazy what's going on this race. Again, half a spin. And then something happened to that Dallara. That was Emanuele Pirro, who we just passed ahead of Priory Corner. And let's also look at the replay of what happened to Pirro. He's just battling Stefano Modena there, and then, well, he just loses it all on his own. Ooh. Oh, we're all lucky that that didn't end worse, because that was a dangerous spin in a dangerous part of the track. And this is what happened behind us. We missed that in our mirrors. A big crash for Boutsen, who just meters behind us lost his car. And I think it goes without saying that Boutsen had to retire after that big shunt, as we're going alongside Aguri Suzuki into Cobb's corner. However, we are trying to carry too much speed through it. We fall off the track and not only fall behind Aguri Suzuki, but Bertrand Gachot is past us, and again he's round. And oh, a bit of contact with the Jordan there. What is Gachot doing? What's going on? What a crazy, crazy race. Now, continuing, we again caught up to Aguri Suzuki after a near heart attack there, when Gachot, for the 5th time this race probably, has lost his car. So he is absolutely wild today, and this time I'm trying my hardest to get a good run through the S's. It's far away from a good run, but at least we didn't lose too much time this time around. And there we go. Gaining a lot late on the brakes into Stowe. We kinda barged Suzuki out of the way. He's still there, still ahead, but we are alongside late on the brakes for Vale into Club now and up to 11th. He is still trying to get a better exit than we do, but we stay ahead of the LaRousse, and they're now setting our sights after our teammate Gianni Morbidelli. I think we've battled him every race so far this season except for Monaco, so he may get the better qualifying results, but it is us, Pierluigi Martini, or someone disguising very poorly as Pierluigi Martini and putting his name to shame. I'm very sorry. But anyway, here we are attempting a move on Morbidelli, wisely backing out of it, because that would have been horrible. That would have been a Lewis Hamilton Max Verstappen situation almost. Just this time it's between teammates. And yeah, it's just poor what I'm able to do through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. It's just yeah. We are making it unnecessarily hard for ourselves to pull off an overtake. We have to go for some very creative overtaking spots, like the one that is coming up now. Somehow this is the best point on track to try it for me. Getting a good exit out of here, then getting a good run through Abbey, pulling alongside ahead of Bridge. Oh, we're almost fully ahead, but still we have to leave the room there, and there's just no way putting one round the outside. However, I'm trying it into Priory this time because we were still close. It doesn't work this time around, but this may be an option for an overtake maybe next time around. For now, we get a fantastic exit out of Lovefield. However, we're too close at a position on the track where you don't want to be close, and therefore we do not get a run into Cops. Now we're getting a run ahead of the S's, but there's just no way I'm passing anyone there. And again, Morbidelli's gaining. Look at my mirrors. Suzuki's still there, having a little look, and oh, how many car lengths is that I lost there? 10? 12? I don't know what it is, but I get understeer through Beckett's, and then there's just no way I can get a good run on Hangar Straight. However, at this part of the track, I'm gaining quite a lot as we are all over the rear wing of Morbidelli again. This time the exit is not as good as it has been before, and again we have to live because we meet him at not the ideal part, and this time we're trying to stay alongside. It is a very late move. We almost lose the car, a little bit of a correction mid-corner there, but we slide past our teammate and are up to P10 at the end of lap 10. And you can already see in my mirrors, we're already pulling away from our teammate. Well, this is now at the end of lap 15, starting lap 16. And interestingly, we have been gaining on someone. Ahead of us is the Ferrari of Jean Alesi, who is also struggling this race. I don't know if this is yet again some sort of power unit issue for Ferrari. We've seen that with Prost at Imola. But he is not as quick as he has been before. But look in my mirrors, you were able to see it there. Ayrton Senna has caught up to us again after that early spin, and there is just no way fighting it. He is even able to stay with us on the straight. We let Senna pass because this is not our fight to pick. Let's rather try and follow Senna, and maybe we can just slip past Alesi as well when he does. For now, the hard part is sticking with Senna because already he's gaining us, even on the parts of the track where we're good. Now let's look at Alain Prost. This is the end of lap 17, and oh dear, engine blowout. Quite spectacular engine blowout as he was running in P3. Well, that is his race over, and this is happening just a lap later after Gerhard Berger also retired from this race. Not in that spectacular fashion. He didn't have a big engine blowout. He just came into the pits and retired. So, yeah. That is another 2 positions gained from Berger and Prost retirement for us. So, up to 9th. And Senna was struggling quite a lot to get past Alesi. He made easy work of most of the drivers today, but now, against the Ferrari, this is where things are getting a bit tougher, even for someone like Senna in a McLaren. Because even though there is some sort of issue for Alesi, it may also be tyre wear, but he is struggling with something, but still, he is putting up a big fight, and Senna just does not find a spot to put his car alongside the Ferrari and breeze past. So we've been gaining on the 2 of them, or we're able to stick with the 2 of them, and who knows, we're in a single digit position now, not far away from the points. Still, scoring points is so difficult back in the day, as only the top 6 got them. However, you can see it ahead of me there. Senna is now alongside. He is on the outside for the next corner. That still is possible to pull off a move there, as long as he stays alongside here, which he does. And then all he needs to do is a good exit out of club, which he does. And now it is Senna up to 7th. As we're still slowly but definitely gaining on Alesi. And look at that, just a couple of car lengths ahead, just going into the final 2 corners of the track. That is the Tyrrell of Stefano Modena, who currently is in the final point scoring position, and we are also gaining on him, as long as I don't put the power down too eagerly, as I almost spun into the pit wall there. So we're gaining on 2 cars. Well, first of all, let's try and get past Alesi. Senna is already past Modena. This was much easier for him. And still, that means the points are now again getting away from us, but we do not need to beat Senna. if we just make it past Alesi and Modena, who are the next 2 cars ahead of us, which we both clearly can see now. And then there is just one more retirement, and there has been quite a lot of them, even high-profile retirements. We just need one more retirement when we pass these 2, and then, miraculously, we would be scoring a point. For now, let's just try and get past Jean Alesi, and we're getting a fantastic run on the main straight, and I think it is some sort of power unit issue that is holding Alesi back, but not out of this race. So up to 8th we are. Now, next car, Stefano Modena, Tyrrell Honda, and he definitely, I think for him it is the tires with which he is struggling, because he has been running quite comfortably in 6th after all of these high profile retirements, but now he is getting in the clutches of Jean Alesi as well, who is also slowly gaining, so maybe he has over pushed it early in this race. Of course, on the prospect of scoring a point here, at the moment it is not enough, but again he is in that 7th position, which is the first one that drops into the point scoring positions should anything happen to the top 6. And already we've been gaining quite a lot this lap. And the Tyrrell should not be the hardest car to pass for us. We've seen this a couple of times this year. Tyrrell's not very quick in a straight line. And again, look at how early we're all over the back of that beautiful car there. And already out of cops, we are past and up to P7. Now we just need to defend the position through the S's. Watch the mirrors, because I do as well. Yeah, there he is. But now we can put the power down, and then there is no chance for Modena to get back past us. And now, for the final 5.5 laps, it is hoping and praying for someone to retire. Well, and my prayers were almost answered, though in a different way than I hoped for. Now, you've seen my mirrors ahead of the S's. Well, surprise. Oh my god. Whew. Well, I did absolutely not expect Mansell to push through like that, and I almost took him out in the process, well, together with me, so that would not have helped me. I have learned my lesson though, as I'm constantly checking my mirrors and let Patrese through, who is in P2, and this is now a very crucial lap because it is the penultimate lap for us already, as we are a lap down. Everyone ahead of us is still on the lead lap, which is an issue, which means if we do not pass another car this time around, or someone retires this lap, we won't be finishing ahead of them, even if it is someone in the top 6, because Mansell is about to start his final lap about now. So if at the top left the position counter does not jump to 6th, we're not getting a point today. Does it happen? Does it happen? No, there is no one retiring that lap, which unfortunately means we stay in 7th, which, of course, don't get me wrong, is a fantastic result, especially considering we started 23rd. There is all sorts of chaos happening around us. We can be proud that we weren't involved in any of it, but it kind of still stings because it is just one more position that we needed for another point. But let's look at those who did score today. Nigel Mansell and Riccardo Patrese, we've seen that again. Williams 1-2, and again the second podium for Jordan this season. This time it is Andrea De Cesaris who finished 3rd. Senna even moved up to 5th, and who knows, 1 or 2 more laps and he would have even beaten Piquet to 4th. However, it is Moreno in 6th with the final point of the day. In the Drivers' Championship, Mansell increases his lead to 10 points over Senna. Piquet overtakes Prost and is up to 5th, and De Cesaris makes a big leap points-wise and is up to 7th in the Drivers' Championship. In the Constructors, a very interesting battle for P3 has developed, as Williams, of course, extends their championship lead with that 1-2. Jordan is back to 3rd because of 2 podium positions. Then it is Benetton with a best finish of 3rd, and then Ferrari in 5th, but all on 11 points, as, well, we're still in 6th there with our 3 points that we scored in Imola. And that has been it for round 5 of our 1991 Formula 1 season in Automobilista 2. The next time will be the conclusion of the first half of the season as we go racing in Hockenheim, which could be one of our better tracks that year. Subscribe to not miss that, leave a like if you did enjoy this video, and I hope to see you all the next time. Until then, goodbye.